Hello everyone and welcome back to PC Guys Off-Grid-Cabin, where the work is never done, but we're doing it just for fun. Except in this case, the work that we're talking about today is not physical work. It's mental, spiritual, and emotional work. And it's not going to be fun for us. Because with great sadness, Carolyn and I have to take and inform our viewers of an absolutely, positively horrific situation. It's so devastating to us that I would rather be on this camera right now telling you that my cancer is back than to take and drop the news that we're going to be dropping on you today. Our granddaughter, Nicole, she's 5 years old, has been taken from us in the most horrific way that a parent or grandparent could possibly imagine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to have to be a little vague because of the legalities involved in it. But I'll post some links in the description to give you an idea of things that we couldn't say on camera, but the news media has said on camera. And you can kind of take your own conclusions from what they're saying to tell you just how horrific this situation is for us. A little backstory before we get into exactly what transpired. Carolyn's son was the custodial parent of Nicole. He had complete custody of her, and I guess since almost the time she was born, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to use the word mother in this case because that's not a name I would ever use to describe this individual that we're going to be talking about here. Maybe egg donor might be a more appropriate term, because mother's not a term I would ever use to describe this individual. So here's what happened. October 16th, 2022, we got a phone call in the afternoon, or rather Carolyn did, from her son, and it was urgent, and he said he needed to come and talk with us. And of course, she immediately agreed. So he comes over to the house, and he says that this woman, for lack of a better term, took our granddaughter from his house without his permission, and he can't get in touch with her and doesn't know what's going on. And so he was asking what action we thought that he should take. And of course, I just had a terrible feeling about the whole situation. I said, you need to contact the sheriff's department immediately. Now, where this gets a little fuzzy is he actually lived in the adjoining county from us. And that's going to come into play in this situation. So, I'm not going to get into the what all was said by the sheriff's department in the adjoining county, but it wound up, they came back to the house, and we started hearing some news reports. We were hoping that it wasn't pertaining to us, but about 10:30 that night, we got the most god-awful phone call that anybody would ever want to get. or rather, yes, her son got the call, but what had transpired was this individual took our granddaughter to a county-run park. She murdered our grandchild, is what happened. Then she took and stuffed our grandchild into a laundry bag, proceeded to drive to the county, the city hospital emergency room, where she told the emergency room staff what she had done. Of course, law enforcement was contacted immediately. This person was placed under arrest and is now a guest of the Harris County Jail in Houston, Texas, where she is charged with one count of capital murder of a child under age 10. Bond has been set on her at $15 million. Suffice to say, nobody's going to put that bond up and bail her out. So that's why we haven't done a whole lot of videos here of late, because we've been dealing with this situation, and it's been devastating to us. I mean, we kind of procrastinated even making this video because we just took and we didn't know if we could keep a straight face without breaking down while telling the story. So now it's just a matter of recovering from the devastation. I mean, if a person can ever really recover from such a devastating situation such as this. We did have her funeral Saturday. What was the date on that?
So probably a week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, it's right at 2 weeks ago. And these people were wonderful to us. The church that did her funeral they were outstanding. I mean, I can't say good enough things about just how well they treated everyone. And the security was incredibly tight. I've never seen a funeral executed the way that they did this. There was off-duty deputy sheriffs all over the place out there. If you didn't know what you were looking for, you wouldn't have even realized who they were. They had to have guest list. They had security out at the gate coming into the facility, to where if you wasn't on that guest list, you wasn't getting in. And the reason that they had to do this was because of the media. News media has been, for a while there, they were blowing up people's phones. All of Carolyn's, just about all of Carolyn's children, and her son-in-law also, all of them have had the media blowing their phones up. Now, how in the world they're getting people's cell phone numbers is beyond me, but they did it. So, in order to keep disruptive influences from interrupting the funeral and everything, they took and had very tight security. So now it's just a wait-and-see thing to see what the courts are going to do. I can tell you this. Capital murder in the state of Texas has two punishments. It's either life in prison without the possibility of parole, or it's a death penalty offense. And it will be up to a jury at some point to decide what they're going to do with this person. There was an incident not too long ago, unrelated to ours, where a woman did something really vile to another woman, and involved a child. And in that case, they did turn back a death penalty verdict to that person. So we're hopeful that she gets to meet her maker eventually for what she has done to us. But like I say, it's up to a jury to decide. And I'll respect, and we'll both respect whatever the jury decides in this. Right now, all we can ask of our viewers is just to keep us in your thoughts and prayers, and we'll just take it one day at a time. You have anything you would like to add to this?
No.
She's very broken up over it, and I'm sure you can imagine. Nicole is a very special child to both of us. You know, she wasn't my blood grandchild, but she was Carolyn's blood grandchild. But, so I refer to her as my bonus granddaughter.
She was my girl.
She did take and spend some time sitting up in the recliner with me, as all my girls have. You know, just being a little girl. Pinching my nose, getting tickled, all the things that 5-year-old little girls do. So, we're going to miss her. We'll miss her every day.
One thing that we do know is that she is in a better place. She's up there running and playing on the streets of gold with all the other little children that have gone on before her. She's in Jesus' hands.
It's hard for her not to shed tears.
Like I said, she was number 13, 13 of my 15 grandkids. She will be missed, but I know she's flying high up there. She's watching over all of us. She's in wonderful hands. And she knows that Grandma will always think about her. She'll always be in my heart. Like he said, just that you keep us in your thoughts and your prayers, and that we will move forward. Like I said, I know she's in a better place. She's not with all this evil that's down here. The evil that was in her in her mother. We may not want to call her that, but she was Nicole's mother. She was in and out of her life, but still we don't excuse her. I will never forgive her for taking my baby away from us, away from her father, who loved her dearly. And she was loved by so many. Like I said, just thank you for the prayers and the thoughts. Like I said, we will get through this. It's going to be a long couple of years till all this is completely over with. You know, with her trial and everything. But like I said, I know where she's at. She's smiling. She's just up there having fun, playing with all the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, Nicole loved dinosaurs.
She loved dinosaurs, so she's up there with Jesus and all her other, you know, relatives that she's got up there. and she's watching over all of us, and we will have justice for Nicole one of these days, and whatever God deems that to be, like he said, we will do it. It's, you know, but right now we have put all of this in God's hands. You know, once we were finally able to lay her to rest a week and a half ago, my heart aches, but not as much. For that first week, she was in the morgue, and like I said, once we finally got her laid to rest, she was at peace, and that once I knew she was finally at peace, then that, and up there with God and with Jesus, that I was at peace a little.
I guess as much peace as a person can have during a situation like this. I mean, there's no way for anyone to be prepared for something this horrific. I mean, it's just not possible. But I'm almost at a loss of words right now. But just keep us in your thoughts and prayers. And what we'll do is we will put in the description, we will post a couple of links. There is some links to some YouTube videos, the initial Sheriff's Department press conference. Also, this person's bond hearing is available online, and I can post a link of that as well. So, you know, you can kind of get a sense of just how devastating this is to us. We appreciate you watching. Just keep us in your thoughts and prayers, and as always, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you in the next video.